What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. 9/10 Wednesday morning here. Today we have a huge order of DTF transfers that has to get printed. I have the file ripping right now on the computer, and Digital Factory is telling me that the file is going to be 1,500 inches, which if we do some quick math, that is going to be 125 feet. So with the calculations that I typically do, that is going to take us a little shy of 8 hours to complete. So today, that's what we're going to be working on. We got a huge DTF order that we have to get printed on top of our normal orders that also came in last night. So we got a big day ahead of us. Let's get going. All right, so we just got into the office like 30, 40 minutes ago. I've been working on just getting everything all ready. I have the DTF printers on, and I started running the film here through the dryer so that we can connect it to the printer down there. But I wanted to pick up the camera since in my last video I told you guys that I was going to show you a lot more of what I'm doing rather than just telling you guys everything that happened during the day. So I'm going to try and pick up the camera a lot more today. But for right now, I got to get the film all running through the dryer, connected to the printer, run a couple of head cleanings, and then also check the nozzles to see what the status is overnight. It's been pretty hot here in Houston lately. I know it's already almost like March 1st. And the temperature is rising here. So I think last night was like a high, or yesterday, I'm sorry, was a high of like 83. So the humidity here hasn't been a problem lately, thankfully. The cold weather seems to be gone. I'm sure we'll get a couple more days before winter in Texas is officially over. But it's good to see that we made it through another cold season with the DTF printers. Those things are really annoying in the cold when the humidity drops. And it's just going to be really nice to be back with the high humidity here in Houston. All right, so this is just typically something that I do before I actually connect the two pieces of film together. At the bottom of the powder chamber, there is a little dome sensor, and that is firing an infrared beam to the other side. And then whenever that beam gets interrupted, that's how the dryer knows to go ahead and move the film so that it doesn't just collect down at the bottom of the chamber. What happens sometimes is the powder gets caked onto the actual dryer powder unit, and that can cause the beam to be interrupted. So it'll actually just continue accelerating the film until it gets pulled tight between the printer and the dryer. So it's obviously not something that we want. We want the powder to dwell in the, we want the print to dwell in the powder chamber and get evenly coated with the powder. So something that I like to do just at the beginning of each day is take the brush that came with our printer, and on the opposite side of the little dome with the sensor, I'm just going to brush all of that excess powder down so that it's nice and shiny again. So I'll give you guys a quick clip after of what everything looks like. Probably would have been helpful to get you a before, but that's unfortunately not going to be possible. So what I just did was got the right down there. Where am I at? I can't even tell. So that right there is the dome that I was talking about, and then it fires onto that silver piece on the other side. So the beam fires, reflects back, and then it's looking for the reflection. And then for times when it doesn't see the reflection, it thinks that there is film there, so it's going to go ahead and increase the film through the dryer and go ahead and start curing it. However, right there, I'm not sure if you can tell, but the powder just kind of likes to collect on the actual shiny aluminum part. So right there, that little part where it looks nice and clean again, that is the part where I just dusted with the brush to kind of take that powder off and go ahead and ensure that we have a smooth print day for the rest of the day. Because brushing off that powder from being caked on there once the films are already attached can definitely be more of an annoyance that you don't have to deal with. So just doing it at the beginning of the day, something that I found really works well for us and hasn't caused the problem to occur for us in the middle of the day, which is what we were actively trying to avoid. So for right now though, those of you who do have DTF printers, you probably have seen me do this a number of times, and you do it yourself every day, but I'm just going ahead and connecting the film from what is on the printer to what is at the end of the dryer, so that when I do start up the prints for the day, everything can just seamlessly go through the printer, through the oven, through the powder shaker, and get cured at the end so that we can go ahead and cut them and get them sent off to our customers ultimately. But yeah, so today, like I said at the beginning of this video, we have the 255 DTF transfers that we need to get printed on top of our normal DTF orders. And then in addition to that, we also have a t-shirt order that needs to get printed. If I recall off the top of my head, I think it's about 40 t-shirts. So not that bad. We should be able to get it printed in an hour or two. So I got the film connected though. Gonna turn on the dryer to start getting everything up to temperature. And now let's go ahead, go back to Digital Factory, see what the status of the file being ripped is. All right, back at the computer. File is cleared out of Digital Factory, so that can only mean one thing, that the file successfully ripped. And it did. I can see it in my folder. So now I can start tending to the printer. I'm going to go ahead and start running a head cleaning right now. And then after this gets done, I'll run a nozzle check, see what the status is. If I need to run another head cleaning, I'll get that done. But we're pretty close to getting this print started for today. All right, guys, a little bit later, 3:08. DTF printer number 2 is paused right now. We are cutting the film so that we can start getting these t-shirts printed. We got the transfers all ready to go, and we're gonna get those guys printed here now. DTF printer number 1 is still running the job from earlier today, the 255. Michaela just handed me the completed roll. This does include some of the custom orders that we had to print today. So we got to go through and sort those and then get the actual transfers all cut up. Start getting them positioned on the T and heat pressed. I got the heat press, what's the word I'm looking for, coming up to temperature now, and we'll be able to get going on this pretty soon here. So Michaela just finished changing out the roll, so I'm going to go ahead and unpause the printer, let this guy start going again, and let the day continue. Let's get started going through this roll right here and cutting up the transfers. All right, so I got all of the transfers all cut up here, t-shirts laid out, so I'm just going to go ahead and start getting these taped on, and then Michaela can start pressing them, or vice versa. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, time is 5:04. A lot of time has passed since I last recorded a clip. Got both of the DTF printers all cut, the orders all sectioned out and packaged. And yeah, man, today was one of those days. I definitely wanted to get some more clips. I had every intention, like I started out today pretty strong, trying to show you guys a little bit more behind the scenes, but that quickly went downhill. I didn't even show you everything, but I had to run to Micro Center today, grab a new one of these, the external hard drives. Ours, the one that I just showed you that we had been using, died on us. It did take a tumble, and that did it in. So I had to go run to Micro Center, grab a new one of the drives, and then come back here, get everything loaded up, because the hard drive is actually how we get the designs from the computer so that we don't have to buy 2 different licenses of Digital Factory onto DTF printer number 2's computer, if that makes any sense at all. Basically, we have one computer with Digital Factory, and we use that computer to rip all of our designs. So we need a way to get the file onto the computer that runs DTF printer number 2, since they, I don't know if they have to be 2 different printers, but when we were doing the setup, it basically seemed like they had to be 2 different computers for each of the printers. So that's what we got going on. That's a little setup that we've been working with for the past year. And yeah, we've got some t-shirts ordered for another t-shirt order that we have to print later. Yeah, it's been a crazy day, man. I haven't been able to pick up the camera just because we've been slammed. Really got to get some help in here. But yeah, guys, I'm going to end the video here. I feel like I'm just rambling. Thank you so much for watching. As always, guys, I really do appreciate each and every one of you who make it to the end of the videos. If you haven't already, by some chance, you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below. Give the video a like. And with that, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.